Well, welcome to the historical snippet this week. We're going to talk about love stories of the Civil War. Yes, it's all about love and passion and steel and battles, and not all of these have a good ending. Linda and Keith Blaylock wed prior to the Civil War and were loyal to the Union despite living in North Carolina. Keith joined the Confederate Army with the intention of defecting to the Union Army as soon as his unit went north. Linda was determined to follow Keith on his journey. To do so, she disguised herself as a man and enlisted in her husband's regiment as Sam Blaylock. She was soon discovered and forced to leave. Keith rolled in a patch of poison ivy. He did it enough to convince the doctors that he had an incurable disease. The plan worked. Keith and Linda lived as Union raiders in the Appalachian Mountains for the rest of the war. Our next story, it's a little bit sadder. Sullivan Ballou, a Rhode Island lawyer, joined the Union Army soon after the bombardment of Fort Sumter. Ballou wrote this love letter to his wife just days before the Battle of Bull Run. Sarah, my love, it is for you, it is deathless. It seems to bind me with mighty cables that nothing but omnipotence could break. And yet my love of country comes over me like a strong wind and bears me unresistably on with these chains to the battlefield. When my last breath escapes me, it will whisper your name. Forgive many faults and many pains that I have caused you. How thoughtless and foolish I have oftentimes been. How gladly would I wash out with my tears every little spot upon your happiness. If the dead can come back to this earth and flit unseen around those they love, I shall always be near you. In the brightest day and in the darkest night, amidst your happiest scenes and gloomiest hours, always, always. And if there be a soft breeze upon your cheek, it shall be my breath. Or the cool air fans your throbbing temple, it shall be my spirit passing by. Sarah, do not mourn me dead. Think I am gone or wait for me, for we shall meet again. A cannonball tore off Major Ballou's right leg as he led his men during the battle. He died a week later and was buried in the Sudley Church graveyard. All right, you've heard of George Pickett. Well, we're going to talk about this gallant general. He was best known for leading the bloody Pickett's charge at Gettysburg. His fellow officers remembered him with long ringlets flowing loosely over his shoulders, trimmed and highly perfumed. He wrote many, many letters to his wife. On his deathbed after the war, General Pickett refused painkillers, telling the doctor, I want to go in my right mind. I would rather suffer pain and no, please leave me now. I do not want anybody but my wife. Sally would survive for another 44 years, writing books and traveling the country to tell her husband's story. General John Reynolds was commanding troops when he fell in love with Mary Kate Hewitt. Kate, however, was Catholic, which was not widely acceptable at the time. Reynolds kept their relationship a secret so that Kate's religious affiliation would not cost him a promotion. Reynolds was shot and killed at the Battle of Gettysburg. His personal belongings were sent to the family, and that's when the secret was revealed. Instead of wearing the customary West Point ring, Reynolds had opted for a simple band with the inscription, Dear Kate. The Reynolds contacted Kate, who insisted that the family keep the ring, but she did not want it. Instead, she joined a convent since she could never marry Reynolds. Please stay tuned next week for our next historical snippet.